not so much a black bag, more of a mixed bag. So, Black Bag is a 2025 film directed by Steven Soderbergh, written by David Koepp, and starring Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender as a married couple who do spy shit. Interesting writer, interesting director, interesting stars, interesting premise. Not so interesting film. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing bad about the film, ultimately, but there's nothing great about the film either. I would argue there's nothing memorable about the film overall. Everything is to a really high standard, but it's all very clinical and very cold. And honestly, there's not a lot that was too memorable about the film. And again, like I said, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. Pacing was good, performances were good. There's nothing bad. There's genuinely nothing bad in it. It is just, there wasn't a lot for me to take away from the end of it. It was kind of, oh, okay, so that's the plot. That's how it all unravels. But I don't think it's going to stay with a lot of people. To be honest, I think give it some time, we'll look back at it and go, oh yeah, Steven Soderbergh did that. Oh yeah, Michael Fassbender did that with Cate Blanchett, or vice versa, and we'll go, oh yeah. Yeah, there was nothing bad about it, but there was nothing inherently entertaining. The plot goes along at quite a pace. We mostly follow Michael Fassbender's character and Cate Blanchett as a second lead. And there was a lot of Michael Fassbender's character that reminded me of George Smiley, the Michael Caine, Gary Oldman character from the British, this is British but the British spy thrillers, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy especially from 2011, it reminded me a lot of that. But beyond the glasses and the constant George, there wasn't a lot else, and it really didn't, for me, it really didn't delve further into this world or really dig into these characters. We have an interesting and eclectic cast. We also have Tom Burke, Naomi Harris, Regé-Jean Page from Bridgerton, and the real standout for me was Marissa Abela. She was probably my favourite in the whole film. Her character was the most interesting, the best written, and as a result, she had the best performances. And we're into this world where it's so high pressure, so high stakes, that all anybody does is have sex, have affairs, and just take loads of drugs, from the sounds of it, just to cope with all the pressure. And it's interesting, you do see how the pressure boils over at times, but what I really felt the film lacked was stakes. Michael Fassbender's character is in control so much, and he's so cold and calculating, and you're never really in doubt that he's not in control. There's one moment where he's not, and that's an interesting moment, but after that, we don't really explore what it's like for him to lose control. It's almost like, okay, I lost control here, let's get it back and do what we're going to do. And as a result, there's no stakes. There was no real tension for me watching the film. Even when we get to the dramatic finale, I wasn't truly invested. Most of the characters kind of felt they were good, don't get me wrong, but they weren't. They never really felt unique to me. They never really felt like there was something truly special about them. I'll go back to Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy again. Like, it felt there was a lot more going on, and there was a lot more at risk for those characters than what was happening in this one. And this is about a, potential global tragedy if the events of the film unfolded as the evil plan was meant to be. Pierce Brosnan is fine. He's only in about 2 or 3 scenes, if that. There's not really much else to say about him there. I wanted to like it more. It's a really interesting premise, and it's a great cast. There's Steven Soderbergh, who is a great director, as anybody who's seen any of his filmography knows. But he has these weird ones that pop up. You're just kind of like, so that was a film. Like, he did Unsane. That's really weird. He did Unsane. But this kind of, the cinematography reminded me of Girlfriend Experience, actually. This cold, cool, digital look to it. All the lights had this real halo effect to them, and everything was really bright, and there's a lot of contrast in it, but there's a real depth of darkness as well there that really, like, there's this darkness underneath is what it was telling me. But there was nothing that interesting, and it should have been so much more exciting to have Soderbergh, Koepp, Blanchett and Fassbender. You know, most people would be thrilled by that, but it was just good. It was just okay. It was just fine. And I want more than fine from those sort of people. Like, there was so much of this film that was tell, don't show. And I think that was a lot of why I didn't connect with it as much. And, like, we're meant to believe that Fassbender and Blanchett's relationship is so, like, the epitome of monogamy. Like, they are so devoted to each other. But we're only told that. There's no actions in this film that really let us know, oh, they will go that far for each other. And so we're just led to believe this. There's no action to back up the evidence we're being presented here. It's enjoyable, it's fine, but you're not really going to remember it in a while, I would say. And I can't give it more than a 7. It's a decent 7? It's a decent 7. But to give it more than that, I think is unfair. And I don't think many people are going to remember this in the long run. I think it will really hit that point for some people, but for me, no. And yeah, it's just kind of a mixed bag, really. Tell me what you think. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Am I talking absolute rubbish? Let me know. I'm not broke. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and let me know what you think. What do I do that for?